Hey guys, it's Jessica Hayes. So last week I posted this look on Instagram and I had a ton of people requesting tutorials for it, and I have some spare time today, so I have recreated this look for you. And if you would like to see how to do this tealy, grungy, glammy, smoky eye, whatever it is, then you know what to do. Keep watching. Alright, so I'm going to start off with using this Osea Organic Seaweed Moisturize that hydrates, firms, and protects skin from environmental stresses. Perfect for under makeup and sunscreen, used day and night. So I've been using this just for underneath my makeup because sunscreen alone hasn't been quite enough these days. I did get this in my Petite Vor vegan, cruelty-free, and clean beauty subscription box. So I've just been trying it out. As you guys probably know if you've been here for a minute, everything breaks me out, and this has been pretty good so far. So it's just a super lightweight moisturizer. And then when it said I can use it as kind of like a primer under makeup, I was like, cool, sold. Pop a little bit of this eye serum on for these crunchy old eyeballs.
Lily, be good boy girl.
Tonight I'm going for a little bit more of a long wearing makeup, so I'm going to be using my Kat Von D True Portrait foundation. Make sure you give these ones a really good shake. This is more of a semi-matte foundation, so if you're drier right now, which I sometimes am a little bit drier in this period of the year, the winter months, make sure you use something that's hydrating. That's why I like that pre-moisturizer. There's an atmosphere protection cream, whatever the hell that means. So I just mixed the shades 0, 08 and 15 together. I'm in the process of trying to find a new clean, vegan, lighter kind of foundation that I can wear during the daytime. For nighttime and stuff, I don't really care if something's clean or not, but for daytime, I feel like, you know, if you can find something that you like that's clean, why not try to use that as your everyday? And I've been using the Gressa Minimalist Serum Skin Tint, which has been pretty good so far. No breakouts from that either, which is a plus. I literally break out from everything. A little more coverage with this. It is definitely one of those types of foundations where you can build up on it a lot as well. And I'm actually just using the Kat Von D contour brush for it because my foundation brush isn't clean right now. And this was, and it's pretty much just like a smaller version of the foundation brush. I'm just gonna apply this e.l.f. eyelid primer all over. Oh, and this is, I'm not actually doing anything cool for New Year's because my husband is working and pretty much all of my friends are just having chill nights. Some of them are away right now as well, so I don't have any plans, but in the spirit of New Year's, I found this top on The RealReal and I was like, I need to have this. Look, puffy sleeves, glittery. It had to be done. I'll find an occasion for it. Something like this is timeless as well. So to start off, I'm going to use a little bit of this color, Ghibli. Ugh. I'm the worst at pronouncing names. And pop that on with my little Cosette brush. So Nabla you can find at Ulta now, which is awesome. Nabla is an Italian indie brand, so it's really cool to see them at a huge American online and in-store retailer. So they're also in Morphe as well, which I still don't know enough about Morphe, if they're cruelty-free or not, to support them. There's still always like a gray area brand on Cruelty-Free Kitty and Logical Harmony, so I just stay away from Morphe. I'm not sure about them. So any gray area brands I just stay away from. The one thing that does suck about Morphe is that they sell real animal hair brushes, but they did just get rid of badger hair brushes because Peter persisted and posted about it a bunch of times, which is one step in a great direction. So now I'm going to take this chubby little Cosette angle brush and this color here, Addiction. So my actual real plans for today are taking Herman to get a haircut. So I'm going to be very made up for my haircut appointment, and while I'm waiting for him to get his beard trimmed, I will probably go and get a pedicure. And then tonight, I'm just going to binge watch the end of what I've got left of season 2 of You, which is pretty good. Take this Makeup Geek brush and a little bit of that, just a touch of that Addiction color, and just start to work that into this like medium brown transition color that we have going on here. So yeah, I've been binge watching a ton of TV lately, and I probably should be reading books, but I get in moods where I'm like all books or all TV. There's no in between. And right now I just feel like being a freaking potato. I don't know, the holidays are a little bit depressing for me sometimes. I don't know why, but they just are, and I just want to binge TV. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. So just building up this tealy color on the outer corner of the eye, and basically I'm just gonna be going back and forth through those two colors, the medium brown and the teal color, and then just blending them through the crease of the eye until I'm happy with that blend. I'm just going back now and adding more of that color Addiction, that teal color, really pressing it into the crease of the eye, because when you're going back and forth and blending so much, you do lose the depth of that color. So we pressed it in, and now I'm just going to use the tip of that brush just to make sure that there's no harsh lines. A perfect blend is all about brushes, definitely. Having a good fluffy brush, a rounded fluffy brush and a fluffy brush with a point, but also it's just layering and patience and going back and forth. And when I'm dipping my brush into the product, it's like this, just a little kiss. Not very much at all. I'm just gonna go in with this clean Linda Hallberg brush. This is the 306 brush, and just give it a little buff through. Make sure everything's good up on the brow bone there. I hate to be that guy that uses a billion palettes in this look, but I did use this color Hidden Place on that last look that I did, and I really feel like that was kind of the eye catcher of the look. So I'm going to be swapping over to the Nabla Dreamy 2 palette in this color Hidden Place. It's kind of like goldy with a little bit of a pink opalescence through it. And I'm using this Sigma Soft Focus Shader E52. And I'm going to pat and press this onto the eye. This brush is really nice and firm, kind of like using your finger. So just really push that into the eye so that you keep that shimmer and get a nice opacity. This look was kind of random for me because I started off wanting to, I can't even remember what I was going to do. Probably something warm, something predictable. I love all of the warm looks, but this color was grabbing my eye. I usually don't really mix cool and warm together, but I did with this look. You guys broke the internet on my comments for a tutorial for this. Now, I usually don't like when people scream tutorial at me, but some people did ask nicely, so here we are. I'm going to go in with a little bit of this color here, Deja Vu. You can go back to that Ghibli color if you only have the other Nabla palette. Any medium transition brownie color would look really good. And if you don't have these palettes, you can use like a dark emerald green in the crease and some kind of like opalescent weird color. Like some of the Urban Decay Moon Dust shadows are really pretty for those opalescent looks. Just this shade on the lid is like a pinkish gold. So if you have like a pinkish gold bronze or even a copper would look really cool. So I think the key to this look was this pencil from Linda Hallberg. This is the Artia Flash pencil, and I'm just gonna take that really thick under the lower lash line right here, because this is more of a tealy blue color. That's where you're gonna get that teal color from. And I'm taking kind of a bigger pencil-y synthetic brush, and I'm just gonna really buff that underneath the eyes here. I am obsessed with the Linda Hallberg crayons. I use the red one, Anger Mood, a lot. I've been using a lot of her pencils lately. It's kind of overtaken from my obsession with the Urban Decay 24/7 liners. I do really like those liners, but I feel like these ones are a little more creamy, and then when they're on, they set. So really, really buffing out and blending underneath the eye. I've had so much coffee today. I had a coffee before spin class, and then when I got out of spin class, my friend who also does spin handed me a big hot Starbucks after I got out. So I'm kind of on like an exercise high and then double coffee high as well. So I'm just patting that addiction color right underneath the eye here, just to kind of set that pencil and also get a little more depth and a little more of that tealy green color. And now I'm going to take a little bit of this color here, Ghibli. I'm just going to take that underneath the eye and just blend the edge of that blend out. Usually when you mix browns and blues together, it's just going to create some gross muddy color, but I want that. I want like a neutral underneath the eye, just so it's not too blue. So just using this little Cosette brush. This is the 285 brush. I hands down could not live without this brush. See how that's creating a kind of like neutrally khaki-ish, mustardy, muddy poop underneath the eyes? That's perfect. And go back in with a little bit of that addiction and just wrap this back into each other. And make sure, just because my eyes are getting a little bit hooded now, thank you 30s, I'm just gonna look straight ahead into the mirror and bring that just up over the crease just a little bit right there to give a little lift to the eye. So one of the things that I liked about the look that I did last time was I did a really big wing with this liner and then pat it over with the teal shadow. So let's try to do that again and not screw it up. So because I don't have a ton of lid space, I'm trying to make the wing bigger on the outside here and just like smaller right along here. Just because when you open your eyes up, you don't want to lose all of that pretty shadow, which is kind of like the feature of this look. Sometimes when you do your eyeliner really big and then you open your eyes, that's lost. Like already you can see how much that overtakes compared to the other side of the eye. So I'm not adding any extra product on my brush. I already have a little bit of the teal on it, and I'm just using what is left on the brush just to smudge that line just a little bit, just to kind of perfect it a little bit. I want it kind of smudgy and big. I'm going to use the underneath just to connect that little wing just a little bit. So using the guide of the underneath upwards, so following an invisible line up this way. I'm adding more of that color addiction over the pencil liner that we just did. Use my concealer brush to brush this blend up in the direction that we want it to go. So this was the makeup that I posted on Instagram, so we're close enough. I definitely didn't bring the blue or the teal in as much here, and it was more of that transition shade on the inner corner. I like how that looked too, so I'm gonna work on that just a little bit now. I'm gonna take this Urban Decay Smoky Crease brush and this Deja Vu color right here and just add that to the inner corner of the eye, just to add a little bit of warmth. Now I remember while I was doing this look, this really, I wasn't sure about the look for a while, and then this kind of made it pop and made me really love it. So I'm glad that I remembered to do this step. Just by adding that warmth, it kind of brings it all, meshes it all in together. Kind of at the stage where I'm like, I should quit while I'm ahead, but I just want to add a little bit of this Nabla, which is just a black shadow, just right here on the inner crease, just for a teeny bit of depth, just a teeny bit. Be so careful. I'm gonna take a little bit of eyeliner and just do it really, really close to the lash band. You can skip this step if you are notorious at adding eyeliner and making it too big or ruining stuff, which I kind of am, but I'm using this makeup store eyeliner and just stamping it along the lashes, kind of using my lashes as a guide. This shouldn't really be seen. It's just to add a little bit of depth to the lash line. Now I'm going to rim the inside of my eyes, which I don't do very much, but I'm going to use the Linda Hallberg Black Core pencil to do this. Last night I did a nice sparkly smoky eye and used this, just blended all over the eye with just a shimmery shadow over the top, and it was really pretty. I'm gonna do a little bit underneath the top lash line as well. I never line the inside of my eyes. I do sometimes, but it does make me like get a little bit sniffly when I do it because I think I'm allergic to it. But for a special occasion, I'll bust out the inner rim eyeliner. More of a nude on the inside kind of gal. Just curling the lashes, and I'm going to use the Milk Kush mascara for some big lashes. This is one of my favorite mascaras that's come out this year, that and the Kat Von D Go Big or Go Home. I'm gonna add a few coats of this so that I don't have to bother with fake eyelashes. I usually always use Urban Decay Troublemaker for my lower lashes. For brows, I'm gonna take a little bit of the Nabla Uranus pencil and just kind of flick it through the brow just a little bit. Because I am growing my eyebrows out right now, I don't want them to be too heavy because then it just becomes too much. Be really careful not to make the front too sharp. But basically I'm just filling in any little spots where I need it. Sometimes a little bit just along right here. And then I'm going to grab the Lime Crime Bushy Brow and just do, I'm gonna start in the middle here because sometimes the first flick is the darkest. Just do a few little flicks just for some different density through the brows. Following the natural growth pattern of the hair, but just flicking upwards. And then I'll do just a few little whatever's left at the end. And then I'll grab the Lime Crime Bushy Brow in the color Smoky and just brush my brows upwards. I'm loving just a feral bushy brow right now. Let's do some cheeks. I'm gonna take my Linda Hallberg Infinity palette and this Cosette 123 brush and just use that to contour the cheekbones. This is such a great contour shade. I don't know if I'm gonna add any color to the apples of the cheeks. Let me see. Oh yeah, Ophir Blush Bellini never fails. It's like a really nice neutral peachy shade for me. Just a little teeny pop. Pat over the blush just a little bit just to make sure it's really melded into the skin. A little bit of the Nabla Beige Miracle highlighter. You guys know I haven't really been doing a ton of highlighter lately, but this is a holiday glam, so, and I really like how this one's just super soft. There's a little. So for the lip for this, I did something really dark. It was a lipstick color from Cryptic Cosmetics, which was Depeche Mode, the lip swatcher, her lipstick line that she had. I'm going to try and find something similar that's actually in stock right now because I'm not even sure if Cryptic Cosmetics is still a thing. So I'm gonna go find a nice dark sassy lip. Hate that word, sassy. Let me just Google if this one's in stock. I've got this cute Nabla one. It's available. Nabla does a lot of like limited edition stuff, so you know, sometimes I will sleep on using something and then finally use it and then it will be out of stock because it's like a holiday edition. But this is the color Cocoa, which is a really deep dark brown. Come on, baby. Come here, it's a good boy. Not you. What are you barking at, boy? You're such a naughty boy. It's a sad boy. That is Nabla Cocoa, which I really like because it's super dark and it's kind of like not too brown, not too berry, not too black as well. Let me see if I can actually get my lips even. And now I've completely, totally overdrawn them, but that's cool, whatever. I'm just gonna grab a little bit of this Ofra lip gloss in Bordeaux. It's got like a little more of a plummy feel. And put that on the inside of the lip. These lip glosses are actually pretty good at staying on. If you're going out to eat or something, I'd skip this, but if you're just trying to look cute, then this gloss is totally fine and good for touching up in the middle if your liquid lipstick fails on you. I'm just gonna take just for a smidge of extra coverage because I don't really want to add more of the matte Kat Von D. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of this Hourglass Vanish stick, just highlight under the eyes just a wee bit. I usually don't use the Kat Von D Lock-It spray unless I need a little bit more hydration, but because this is a matte foundation, I'm going to use this one today. If I want just a simple setting spray, I use the Urban Decay one. But this is nice because it adds a bit of dew. I'm gonna add a little bit of this IGK First Class Charcoal Detox Dry Shampoo, just for a little bit of texture so my hair's not so flat. My hairdresser uses IGK and Amika products and I've been really liking those two brands. Well, there you have it, guys. There is my tealy, dark, vampy look. I'm glad I finally got the chance to be able to refilm this again. So like I said, I've tried to film twice since this and had some technical difficulties, but hopefully I've got my battery charged right now. I've got my camera, microphone charged right now. So hopefully we should be all good for this video. I doubt that I'll be able to get this up for you to use as inspo for a New Year's look, but who doesn't love a dark glam any time of the year? Hope you guys all had a safe and happy New Year's Eve. And here's to 2020, positive thoughts, good vibes. I shall see you guys soon.